Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Today in African History with Baba Shaka. I'm Baba Shaka and today is January 20th, 2021. Now, a lot of things have happened on this day. As we know, most of you know that in January 20th, 2009, the first black president was sworn in here in the United States. And of course, that was Barack Hussein Obama II. Now, we're not going to talk too much about him because there's so much out there about Barack Obama right now. I mean, the man has three books. His wife has one. That's four in total. Go buy a book, do some reading. You can Google, you can talk to your neighbor. There's a lot of stuff with Barack Obama. If you don't know much about it, you have been living under a rock for the past 12 years or so, right? And then, of course, later on this morning at 11:55 precisely, God willing, will be the swearing in of the first black slash South Asian woman as the vice president of these here yet to be United States. And of course, that's the vice president elect Kamala Harris. She will also be the first graduate of HBCU to be sworn in as vice president. HU, right? She'll also be the first member of the Divine Nine, which is the nine black fraternities and sororities here in the United States. She's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Okay, so that's a first also. And she will also be the first sweetheart of Kappa Alpha Psi to be inaugurated as vice president. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But today we want to talk about a little known fact. It's a little known fact, but it should not be little known. It should be well known, and that's Weeksville. Okay, now James Weeks found himself a free black man when slavery ended in New York State in 1838. He purchased land from another free black man named Henry C. Thompson, and this sale established the beginnings of a thriving, self-sufficient African American enclave in Brooklyn called Weeksville. The African American Registry acknowledges January 20th, 1838 as its founding date, and escaped Africans running from slavery in the South found a home in Weeksville. For blacks in New York, it was the safest place in the city to have a quality life away from racism. By 1850, it was the second largest independent black community in pre-Civil War America. Weeksville had its own churches, schools, businesses, and newspaper, the Freedmen's Torchlight. Almost 500 families live in Weeksville. Dr. Susan Smith McKinney Stewart, look her up, the first female black physician in New York, was one prominent citizen who took residence there. By the mid 1950s, the community had been forgotten. But today, the Weeksville Society is active in restoring old buildings and holding events educating the current surrounding areas of its legacy. Now, I'm going to put some information down in the description so that you can reach out and find out more about what's going on in Weeksville as they're bringing this community back. You could add a telephone number and maybe an email address so you can reach out to them. Maybe you may want to donate to the restoration of Weeksville. Maybe you may want to visit Weeksville as you go up in New York and Brooklyn. So until tomorrow, God willing, this has been Baba Shaka with Today in African History. Masalam.